My name is Patrick. Recently I retired after 26 years as a police officer and sold everything I owned. Now it's time for something different. A journey of healing and inspiration. I'm setting out to ride my motorcycle around the world, searching for beauty, connection, and the freedom of the open road. This is my life now. This is Adventures Without Borders. Okay, good morning. I just about forgot that I was recording there. It is, I'm going to say Thursday morning, exactly 9 a.m. And I am leaving El Remate. The next couple of days are going to be about getting to Antigua, Guatemala. So tonight, I'm staying in a small town, and honestly, I don't even remember its name right now. Otherwise, it'd be like a 7-hour ride today, and I'm not interested in doing that. Not at this point, anyway. So I skipped breakfast at the hotel. I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't awesome. But also, I saw that in Flores, about 25 minutes from here, there's a McDonald's. So I'm gonna treat myself to a McDonald's breakfast today. Amongst the other highlights today, there is apparently a river crossing I have to do in a small ferry. And then the rest is kind of a surprise. So I think I got about 4 hours to ride today, so that'll be fine. It's just I haven't actually entered my destination. I've entered Flores for now, so I don't know 100% what my mileage is going to be. But it's nice, and I'm not going to say it's cool, but the wind is refreshing right now as I'm moving, so I'm pleased about that. So I got to say, I was a little disappointed with this hotel I stayed in. First of all, it was on Airbnb, and it was advertised as like a house with rooms, which I'm not sure why they would put it in like that. The location was really good, so close to Tikal, which is why I was here. Several restaurants around it. It had its own restaurant, provides breakfast. The Wi-Fi absolutely sucked. I could even connect my laptop to it. Oh, this is obnoxious here. And then there's also all this weird clanging noise at night, and I don't know if it was stuff happening in the restaurant or animals messing with stuff. I really don't know. So I even went out a couple of times because I was so curious and I could not figure out what it was. So yeah, I mean, I guess it wasn't bad now that I list off the stuff. Like the shower didn't drain properly, a bunch of minor things, but the Wi-Fi for me was kind of an annoyance. It's I feel like in this day and age, like the data here is good, so my cell connection was pretty decent. So I don't know why you couldn't get decent Wi-Fi. Like it wasn't even, the signal was weak. It would fluctuate. I've never quite figured that out. So signals that fluctuate throughout the day, like sometimes they're strong, sometimes they're weak. And I don't mean the speed of the data, I mean the actual like wireless signal. That doesn't make sense to me, but that is not my area of expertise. So anyway, off we go to Flores for breakfast. With some rough roads, and I'll check in with you guys a bit later. Alright, well I have found, oh my god, look at all those motorbikes. There must be a motorbike shop. I found McDonald's. Nope, I think it's just a lot of motorbikes. That's amazing. And then the tuk-tuks here. Look at that. There's got to be something going on. That can't be. And then there's old Rotten Ronnie himself. All dressed up with nowhere to go. I'm just arriving in, I'm gonna say Sayaxché, let's say. I'm tempted to say Sayaxché, but I know that's not right. There's a ferry here. If I trust the GPS, it's in 280 meters. 200 meters. Look at that. And they're waiting for me. 40 kilometers outside of Chisec. I just wanted to show you these mountains that I've come upon. Hopefully you can catch a glimpse of those. I think we're breaking some sort of speed bump record today. I have never seen so many, and some of them are just like not even pavement or concrete, they're just dirt that's hardened with rocks in it and stuff. When I'm not going through towns, I'm probably averaging 75 kilometers an hour. There's, see, just out of nothing. Big speed bump. But that's beautiful. I came across another motorcyclist that was not local, like on a big bike. Again, 2 people on it. He was going the other direction, didn't catch the plate. Although it didn't look like a European plate, so it could have been American or South American. But it was like a big, either BMW or something like that. So I think I left that McDonald's around 10:30. Been going for about 3 hours now, I would say. I did take a wrong turn at one point, well, twice actually. Coming out of Flores, I kept missing the left turn, so finally I got it, and I just assumed it would connect back to the highway, but it connected back to a road that was about 10 kilometers unpaved, and just rough stuff. With at one point I had to drive through like a big mud hole that was about 3-4 meters wide, and just, you know, a few inches deep, but whatever. So that set me back a little bit, and then that eventually connected back to the main highway. And then it's funny because where the highway I was on would connect to the highway down to Sayaxché, and the junction was not paved, so the navigator was telling me to turn left, but I was like, that can't be, like, it's got to be taking me on another quote-unquote shortcut. So I kept going until 8 kilometers in I realized that it was going to tell me just to do a U-turn. So I checked the more detailed map, and yeah, sure enough, I went back, and it was just like a few hundred meters worth of gravel and then back to highway, so that was weird. So that was a 16-kilometer detour for no particular reason. So between those two things, probably I lost like 30 to 45 minutes today. Not the end of the world. A bit of a long story, but the accommodations I had booked sort of fell through. Not 100% sure what was going on with them, but it was sort of like a homestay type accommodation, so like an Airbnb. And when she sent me the map to get to her place. It wasn't in the town that it had been advertised in, so just a little weird. So I'm gonna just pop into a local hotel here in Chisec and see if they got some room for me. There's a few hotels here, so. It was supposed to be just like 10 minutes from here outside of town, but and it's just a bit, if I would have been here like an hour earlier, I probably would have continued on for Koban, but it's just a bit too close to dark for my liking, so I will try to bunk here for the night. Well, this isn't it. Kind of hoping they got room and that they're open, because that looks kind of nice. All right, well, I'm in Chisec here in Guatemala. So I rode almost 200 kilometers today from El Remate, which is right by Tikal, and yeah, just as I expected, super slow going. I lost count on the speed bumps. Going through each village will have, I'm gonna say 10 to 15 speed bumps. Some of them are just like mounds of dirt. Some are announced, some are not, but it was super cool. Beautiful scenery. It's like going through a different world. And then I stopped for lunch, and pretty much in the middle of nowhere, a gas station with a restaurant and such. And a woman came into the restaurant and asked if she could take a picture of the bike, and in the end she ended up sitting on it and taking pictures. I told her to hop on, and yeah, just super nice people and curious. You can tell people are curious. They don't know if they should ask or not. So great first like full day of riding in Guatemala, and so I've got 2 days of basically just riding to get down to Antigua now, and so I'll get going fairly early tomorrow and see where I can go. So also, this is what I figured out about my accommodations. So initially I had booked something through booking.com, and it was like, it was kind of a homestay, a room in a house type of thing, and it was like $24. And the listing showed it to be near where I am here in Chisec. But today I got some texts from the homeowner and stuff, and it turns out she's down by Lago Atitlan, which is like 8-9 hours from here. So yeah, that's not going to work. So I'm not sure how that happened, but I found this little hotel. which is just at the entrance to Chisec, and it was 170 quetzal, so I'm gonna say about $30, give or take. Nice little room, it's got AC. There's a restaurant right on the same property. So landed on my feet, I'm all good. So that'll be it. Have a good night, and I will talk to you from the road tomorrow. Check out this tuk-tuk. He's got, I mean, they're PVC pipes, but he built a couple of smokestacks in the back with some flame stickers. That's awesome. If you look at the bottom, I don't know if you can see it. Like they're not even, well, clearly they're not connected, but it's pretty funny.